Hello and welcome to the live stream from Mysteria Archive and the Chronicles of the Drift. Right, now first of all, I need to double check that you can see and hear me. Just bear with me. Live. Yes, I see a stupid man looking down at his phone. Yes, so I think you can see and hear me. Well, welcome and thanks for joining. I know, as always, it was last minute. I keep threatening to give you a decent amount of notice. I never do. It's always like one day before or the same day, as in today. But I see we've got a few people on, so welcome and thank you for joining. So we'll do a Q&A, and then the sort of the light theme for today is a quantum immortality. When we did the live stream a couple of weeks ago, there was quite a lot of interest in talking about quantum immortality and, you know, all things quantum. So we'll get to that. Just remember, I'm not a physicist. Now we do have, so Gizmo's on. I've seen Gizmo's name. Yes, I see Gizmo's name in the comments. Gizmo is the moderator for today. So any bad behavior and Gizmo will sort you out. All right. So let me know where you're from. Where are you dialing in from? Love to know. Love to know. So let me know in the chat. I'll do a few comments first just to see where we are. Evening all. Yeah. Evening all. Yes, evening to everyone. All right, I'll try and... I'm usually terrible. I spend too long with the comments, but Gizmo, greetings. Yes, I'm working. Yes, so Gizmo, Gizmo is the moderator, as I've just said. All right, let's move down the comments. Hello to all. Yes. All right. So on my little panel, it's too small for me to read until I get it on screen. So I'm trying to spin down. Yes, Gizmo. Yes, thank you for being the moderator, Gizmo. And that's so that'll be a permanent thing for as long as Gizmo wants to do the moderating. Gizmo's now currently set as the moderator for Mysteria Archive. All right, Gizmo, welcome, morning. Yes, morning, evening to wherever you all are. So where are you all? Good evening, Mr. Steve, and everyone from where? Yeah, exactly. Where are you all from? Good. Thank you, Gizmo. Good. I had Thomas. What does Thomas say? Everything works. Cool. Thank you very much. All right. Good evening. All right. Happy Saturday. Yeah, so what's everyone been up to today? For me, it has been a full day of gardening. We've got a great big massive laurel hedge bush thing in the back garden, and it's got a bit overgrown. So I spent most of the day cutting that damn thing back. Now I've just got to dispose of all the flipping laurel that's come off the blooming thing. So that's what I've been spending my Saturday doing, gardening. Catching my first live stream. I enjoy your videos a lot. Well, thank you, RG9187. Thank you. I'm glad you do enjoy the videos, and welcome to the live stream. Yeah, I've only done about 3 so far, but it's going to be, they're going to be a regular thing. All right, let's see. Yes, we'll get to quantum entanglement. We certainly will. Hello. Atlas Az. Hey, yes. Some love going out to Gizmo there. Fargo. ND. I'm not sure now what ND is. Is that Nevada? I'm not too hot on state acronyms in the US. ND, where else could it be? Just trying to think of any other one off the top of my head. But Fargo, yeah. I think we had that one before, didn't we? And I was interested to know if Fargo is anything like it is in the series and the movie. Australia, wow, okay. 7 o'clock in the morning. Jason Ryan, yeah, you were on the last live stream. I remember your name. Well, welcome, and thank you for joining so early for you. Yes, nice. Thank you, Gizmo. Yeah. Yes, it was a popular choice. It was unanimous on the last live stream. Suburbs of North Chicago. Oh, wow. The Windy City. Cool. Okay. Sunderland. That's a bit more down to earth for me. Hey, Ron. Belgium. Yes, you were on the last live stream as well. Welcome, Belgium. Click on the right thing. Happy to be here. Thank you, Gizmo. Just sent you a list of sci-fi films we talked about. Tom, okay, all right, cool. I'll check that out later on. I've just finished watching Three Body Problem again. I don't know if any of you guys have seen that. It's on Netflix. I really enjoyed that. And later this year, they're bringing out season 2. So I'm really looking forward to that. I've really enjoyed Three Body Problem. My rose bushes have collapsed under the heavy rain. Yeah, so we've had in the UK, we've had some. 2 weeks ago, we had a heat wave, and then the last week it's been flipping torrential rain. So it's typical UK weather, I guess. Alrighty, North Dakota. Oh, North Dakota. Oh, there you go. Shows how much I know. So not Nevada, North Dakota. Okay, well, welcome. Duncan Coburn, London, evening all. Yes, hello London. I'm not far from London. I'm just north of London, St Albans, so which you may or may not know, but not far. Needs to be close because that's where I work. Frankenarain, you mean? Frankenarain? All right, I'm not with that one. Gergleek. Hi, you do a very good job with the videos. We enjoy them. Thank you. Almost all the topics are covered on YouTube, but you do it in a different way, professional manner. Yeah, so that's one of the problems. They've always been. It's hard to do a video that has not been covered by someone. It's like trying to come up with an original thought. It's almost impossible. So yeah, I try to do it in a different way. So I try not to simply copy people like Simon Whistler, who's got a really great channel called Decoding the Unknown. But what Simon Whistler does on that channel, he just completely debunks everything. It's quite funny to watch, but I try to give it a bit more, balance. So trying to do things in my own way, trying to be different. It's very hard on YouTube because being unique on YouTube is difficult. But I try. Jason Ryan, thanks. Looking forward to it. Okay, cool. All right. Usually London, UK, but in Swansea, Wales at the moment. Okay, I've been to Swansea quite a few times. In my younger days, I used to do a lot of mountain biking in very close to Swansea. Now, any Welsh people on the call will completely laugh at my attempt at pronouncing this, but there's a place called Twirch, something like that. And they've got a great mountain bike trail there. We used to go there quite a lot. Not so much anymore. All right. Let's do a few more. Just a few weeks ago, visited the room where Mr. Planck was staying from 39.5. Okay, in Austrian Alps. Found it by pure accident walking down the street. Oh, yeah, you're on about the Planck length. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I love anything. We'll get to quantum in a minute. Cheshire. Hello, Cheshire. One of my friends used to live in Cheshire. Yeah. Three Body Problem is great. I want to read that. Well, yes. Extra Buller. Hello. Yes, I recognise that name. Yeah, I want to read the books, except I don't because I want to wait for the series to come out. What I think I'll do once, because they're going to do 3 series. Next series coming out is only going to have 6 episodes, and then the final 3rd series is going to have 5 episodes. But after I've watched those, then I will read the books. But I don't want to read them now because I don't want to find out what's going to happen. But yeah, it's great. Looking forward to it this year, apparently. El Nino. Oh God, yeah, El Nino. Yeah. Thomas, Three Body Problem, really great. Yeah. Yeah. It's good. It's good. Chicago, first time here. Carmen Ross. Hello, Carmen Ross. Well, welcome from the Windy City. Gizmo, Exibula, the book is hard. Okay, interesting, are they? Okay. There you go. Another reason not to read them yet. Chicago. Yes, there's a couple of people from Chicago. You take on difficult subjects most YouTubers are afraid to handle. I hope that you don't mind compliment. Yeah, one thing you'll come to know about me, I'm not good at taking compliments. I don't take compliments very well. Thank you though. Well, I don't know. I mean, there's probably no video I've done that somebody hasn't done before. I just try to do it my own way. I mean, I did one yesterday. Sadly, it's not doing very well. The missing scientist ones, and that was quite interesting. I quite enjoyed doing that one. I think that was a suggestion from you guys, Thomas. I think actually it was talked about on the last live stream. I think Thomas suggested it, but sadly, it's not doing very well. Not many views. It's who knows why. I don't know. Might have been the thumbnail. I tried so many different variations of the thumbnail for that one. But I couldn't get one. I just couldn't get one that I liked. The one that I put up was the one I hated the least. But it wasn't a great thumbnail, so maybe that was in part why it's not done so well. Maybe the title wasn't so good. I've actually changed the title this afternoon. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it's not done well. I mean, it's topical. It's in the news. But yeah, very little interest. Yeah, that's how it goes. That's how it goes sometimes. All right, so let's do a few more extra. Yes. Come on, I did click up. Oh yeah, same one. All right. Really. Okay. Alternative 3, I believe, is real. Oh, are you talking about the missing scientists, which is the one, Alternative 3? I'm trying to remember. I put 3 theories up, and the one that worried me the most was the European one. I'm not sure if that's what you're talking about. But, all right. I need to watch the missing scientists. Okay, Camaros, yes. Yeah, give it a watch and see what you think. It's in the news. You know, I'm not reporting something that isn't already out there. There's been lots of scientists go missing over the last 5 years. Some have died with some not necessarily satisfactory answers as to why they've died, and some have simply gone missing. You know, McCasland is the big one. He's just walked out of his front door and no one's seen him since. But for me, the really curious one is Monica Racer. That's the one that really, really sticks with me. And also Matthew Sullivan, the guy who, it was less than 9 days or 11 days before he was going to give testimony in the federal court. You know, he gets killed. So yeah, there's some dodgy stuff going on somewhere. I don't know. But, you know, I mean, the FBI are investigating, the House Oversight Committee and what other agency? Oh, there's a number of agencies looking into it. It feels suspicious. Let me have a drink. So, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, it's worth checking out. Okay. Let's see. Do we have any more comments? A few articles on the scientists were in the Daily Mail on April 26th. Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. That's how recent this is. So I was surprised that the video didn't get more views, but you know. No, thank you for your extra work. And okay. Alternative 3 wasn't that. Oh, right. It's the name of a book. Okay. It was an excellent book written about a host of. Oh, okay. Alternative 3. Alternative 3. I haven't heard of that. Who wrote it? Alternative 3. You've got me curious now. I want to find out. Sci-fi thriller. That was a movie. If I say book. Here we go. So, of course, you can't see what I'm doing. So, let me show you the desktop. So, I've got, where's that disappeared? Alternative 3. That's what I was trying to get to. This one. Classic republishing material. Okay, who's publishing it? Paperback. Okay, is this the one you were talking about? All right, I'll have to check that out. Okay, cool. All righty. All right, we'll do a last few comments and then we can start having a chat. Enjoyed. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jeff. Do you remember murder of 2 French students in New Cross, London, a few years ago? No, I don't. I heard they were researching how the bird flu virus was just weaponized. No, I don't remember that one. I don't remember that one. I'm surprised I don't remember. You have a valid point. Okay. Saturn 3 was... Oh, yeah, I enjoyed Saturn 3 as well. Yeah. 1978. Pretty good year, XG. Oh, maybe I've lost the train of thought. Anyway, we're at the bottom of the comments. So yeah, quantum immortality. So I did a video about this. I don't know, maybe a couple of months ago. Let's have a look. Pretty sure it's a couple of months ago. Let's go to my channel, not Tom Buck's channel. And go to the channel. There we go, Mystery Archive. Right, let's share the desktop. Okay, so we go to videos. And this was such a weird, it was really freaky doing this video. Let me find it. Where is it hiding? There it is, this one. Quantum Immortality. What do they call it? Copenhagen versus many worlds. So I think I've updated that title. But this is the one. And it was so freaky, I tell you. I mean, I don't know how much you guys know about quantum mechanics. And I'm obviously no physicist. But as soon as you start looking into it, it's just mind-blowing. It's really, really weird, the stuff that goes on in this quantum world. But quantum immortality is basically about the fact that the theory posits that because your consciousness doesn't die or can't experience death, when you die, your consciousness spawns into a new timeline and off you go again. So you can't ever die. And I think it was it's really weird. I mean, it was a thought experiment. So it was never meant to be a real thing. And there are so many holes in quantum immortality, not least of which is decoherence, which I guess we'll probably get onto shortly. But that's the essence of quantum immortality, that your consciousness can't experience death, and when you do die, it spawns into a new timeline, and off you go again. And it's sort of linked in part with the many worlds interpretation, which was something that was put forward by Hugh Everett. It's a really sad story, actually, Hugh Everett. But yeah, so many worlds. So I guess actually, where should we start? Let's wind back a little bit. So the quantum world. So you've got, there's only one world, right? the quantum world and the classical world, we're all part of the same world. It's just layers of abstraction. So the quantum world is microscopic, and it is like only for atoms and subatomic particles like electrons. And in that quantum world, some really weird shit happens. You've got things like superposition. So I don't know if you know what superposition is. Superposition is where the outcome of something is not known until it is observed. So an electron, for example, holds all possibilities until it's observed. That's superposition, essentially. And then you've got things like quantum entanglement, where two like quantum particles are entangled such that no matter the distance between them, doesn't matter, it could be the other side of the universe, when one chooses a state, the other one instantly chooses a state. So that's quantum entanglement. So you've got this quantum world, and the quantum world is real. It's not made up. It's a real thing. And that's been proven by just all the mathematical predictions from quantum mathematics that come true in our world, and not least of which things like, I don't know, MRI is based on quantum mathematics as well. So the quantum world is a real thing. And then we've got our world, the macroscopic world. So quantum world, microscopic, atoms, electrons. Our world, macroscopic. So us, meat, flesh, bodies, you know. And the difference between the two is something called coherence and decoherence. So coherence is in the quantum world, and that's where things like superposition exist. In our world, it's decoherence. And what that means is anything from the quantum world that interacts with our environment, so like light, air, anything like that, instantly collapses and becomes part of our world. So you can't take something from the quantum world into our world and for it still to possess its quantum properties. And decoherence is probably the single biggest problem that they're trying to overcome in quantum computing. So that's why quantum computing takes so much vast amount of energy, because they have to have environments completely sealed. They have to have certain temperatures, and it just takes so much energy, a bit like AI. Well, but even more so. So that's the difference. So you've got classical world, which is our world where we live, and then you've got quantum world where all this weird stuff happens. Right. Now, do we have any questions? So I'm babbling on, and maybe some of you know far more about this than I do. I only know what I know just through, reading and research on the video. But if you've got any questions, or if you've got anything to add to the conversation, please shout out. I think we have reached. I don't think anyone's got any more. I'll just double check. Oh, hang on. No, I have missed some. Let me wind up. Oh, Immortality. Right. I have missed some. John Unwin, the 1959. Okay. Agree. All right. Okay. You're having conversations in the chat. Alternative 3 was about the planet heating up. Exactly what's happening today. Okay. All right. Interesting. I might have to give that a watch. A read. Consciousness is indeed indestructible, actually known as the -1th law of thermodynamics. Oh, you mean the first law of thermodynamics? Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing. We really don't know. Physics or science really doesn't know much about consciousness. It's really hard to it's really hard to say too much about consciousness when we really just don't know anything about it. So, I mean, we can talk about Hugh Everett. So he was the guy behind the many worlds theory. The many worlds theory is a theory that says when any action has more than one outcome, it splits into multiple universes. So, for example, if you threw a dice, a dice has 1 to 6 on it. You throw the dice, it might land 3, but you're going to have 6 universes split from that one moment. So that's the many worlds theory. But the many worlds theory doesn't say that your consciousness goes with you into this split extra universe. It's not you, it's another you, right? So you will stay in your current universe where you threw a 3, but in the universe where you threw a 6, it's a new you in this universe. And that's what the many worlds theory is all about. But when Hugh Everett proposed it, I'm 100% sure exactly when he proposed it, but it was a long time ago, maybe the 50s or 60s, something like that. He was derided completely. He was mocked basically by all the scientists at the time, because at the time everyone was, and probably, probably most physicists are still adhere or align up to the Copenhagen interpretation, which was by a guy called Niels Bohr. And Copenhagen interpretation says that you only have one state. So once the action is taken, that's it. It doesn't split into another universe. That's it. And that's sort of still probably the accepted theory. But there are quite a lot of scientists and physicists who do subscribe to the many worlds interpretation, but not quantum immortality, because there are some major problems with quantum immortality. The first one is decoherence, because in order for quantum immortality to be true, you would have to you'd have to be like a quantum object. So you would have to be able to have the qualities of particles in the quantum world, and that can't happen. So therefore, you can't. The quantum immortality, such as it's said, can't happen because you can't defeat decoherence. Certainly nothing as huge as a human. So yeah, but Hugh Everett. So he came out with many worlds interpretation, but he also believed in quantum immortality, and it was a bit sad because he believed in that, he didn't really treat himself very well in this world, and I'm fairly sure he turned into an alcoholic. He died young, in the early 50s, but it's a bit sad. So that's many worlds interpretation, quantum Copenhagen interpretation from Niels Bohr, and so there aren't really any people who really believe that quantum immortality is a real thing, just because there's too many holes in it. Also, the fact that people live for a long time, what it doesn't account for people who live to great ages, So yeah, there's a lot of holes in quantum immortality. I did the video because I just found it really, really interesting. The whole thing about, quantum entanglement and superposition, which just blows your mind. Which sort of leads on to Schrödinger's cat. So, I mean, Erwin Schrödinger came up with that. It was a thought experiment. It wasn't meant to be a real experiment. But he came up with that, and it was really to mock people, really. But the whole the Schrödinger's cat thing, it's the cat in the box with a vial of poison, and if I think there's a decaying atom or something inside the box, and if it decays, it hits a hammer. The hammer hits the vial of poison, and that kills the cat. So, but until you lift the box off the cat, you don't know whether it's alive or dead. But basically, decoherence disproves that, because it's just not possible. You would have to possess quantum properties in order for this to work, which is not possible for something the size of a cat. Remember, we're talking, the quantum world is for things like atoms and electrons, which are tiny, microscopic. All right, I feel like I've been babbling for a while now, and I'm dangerously reaching the limits of my knowledge. Alternative 3 was about planet heating. Oh yes, I've read that one. Okay, that's cool. Let's move down. Yes, done that one. Energy can't be created or destroyed. Yes, only changed. I believe our souls, life force, live on after death. Maybe reincarnation, not sure. Well, yeah, that's true. I can't remember which law of thermodynamics that is. Is it the third law of thermodynamics or the first one? Yeah, you can't create or destroy anything. It just changes state. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, let me get that one back up again. No, is it that one? Yeah, energy can't be created or destroyed, only changed. Yes, I believe our souls, life force, live on after death. Yes, could be. maybe reincarnation, not sure. Interesting on that one. So then there's another thing, what's it called? The quantum suicide experiment, which was who came up with that? I think it's a guy called Max Tegmark, I think it was. And this was a thought experiment. It was never meant to be actually done, the experiment, because it's going to lead to death. But the experiment was, you've got the person being experimented on. So let's say it's me, and then you've got, I think it's a quantum generator, which measures something in quantum mechanics called spin, which is, think of it as like up or down. And attached to this quantum generator, there's a gun. And when the quantum generator measures the spin, if it's up, it clicks the gun, but no bullet fires. If the spin is measured as down, it clicks and it fires the bullet. And this was a thought experiment designed to try and see whether or not many worlds is correct, or quantum immortality is correct. Do you live on? The problem, there's so many problems with this experiment. The first being, we talked about decoherence. So you'd have to possess quantum properties in order for this to work, which we can't, because we live in the classical world. And also, you can't prove it one way or the other, because only the person who got shot would know. The observer wouldn't know. From the observer's point of view, you've been shot and you're dead. Yeah. Only the person getting shot could possibly know. But at that point, it's a bit too late. So that's the quantum suicide experiment. It was never meant to be run as a real experiment. It was just a thought experiment, a bit like Schrödinger's cat. And this is all in the video. So I try to cover this in the video. But doing that video, it just honestly blew my mind. It was the things that I was reading about that I hadn't previously known, just so strange. And you got this quantum entanglement thing, which is just crazy. Hard to get my brain around that one, because you've got these two, let's say they're electrons, two electrons in the quantum world, and they're entangled, and it doesn't matter how far they are apart. So one could be literally the other side of the universe. And when one electron decides to be measured, so it selects its outcome, whatever that may be, the other one instantly also selects an outcome. And that I still have trouble getting through my head, because it sort of suggests that there is something that can travel faster than light. But apparently that's not true. It does not travel faster than light. It's just that they're somehow connected. But I still have trouble getting my head around that one. I mean, I'm in good company. Even Einstein. Sorry, I just got a message on screen. Yeah, even Einstein couldn't get his head around it. He hated it. He hated quantum entanglement. He called it spooky action at a distance. He really disliked it. But it was Niels Bohr who had lots and many debates with Einstein over this, and it was eventually proven to be true. Not by Niels Bohr. Who the heck was it now? Who the heck was it? They got a Nobel Prize for it. Yeah, I can't remember. Niels Bohr proposed it, and he was convinced that this it was happening. But it was years later that it was proven, and I can't remember the physicists who did it, but they were given Nobel Peace Prizes for it. But yeah, it's fascinating stuff. Really blew my mind. And then you've got the double slit experiment. So I'm sure you guys have heard of that. That's so weird. That's so weird. So they rigged this experiment up in the quantum at the quantum level, and it fired electrons at 2 slits. And then they had like a sort of a measurement board behind to capture what came through the slits. And when they did that, what you perhaps would have expected, certainly in the classical way, in our world, you'd have expected the, if you're firing 2 electrons through each slit, you'd expect 2 dots to hit the measurement board at the back. But that's not what happened. What happened was they had this wave pattern, which basically meant that each electron was going through both slits at the same time. As we said, superposition. So basically, the electrons had all possible outcomes whirring around as possibilities within them, and only when measured would you see what we would expect to see in the classical world. And they proved this not long ago. They did this experiment in a vacuum chamber. And the first time they did it, everything's isolated, so quantum good. And yeah, they saw the wave pattern. Instead of seeing like 2 dots going through the slits, they saw this wave pattern. Basically all possibilities that the electron could have taken through these slits. But then, in this vacuum chamber, they introduced some gas. They put some gas into the chamber. That caused decoherence. And then, when they fired the electrons through the slits, you got the 2 dots at the back, which proved superposition is real. I mean, they proved it in many other ways, but that's one way the double slit has proven superposition, which is just crazy. So I can't remember why I did that video. I think I was reading about, do you know what it was? I think it was, so I like listening to YouTube videos when I go to bed often. And I like to listen to physicists, people like Susskind or our own Brian Cox or people like that. And I think I started listening to a lot of these experiments that are going on, and it just fascinated me so much that I thought I'd do a video on. So I did that one. Did all right. What did it get? 12,000 views. All right. Not too bad. Anyway, it's I enjoyed doing that video. And you've got any questions or anything you want to say, give me a shout on that. Lihas. So they had 3 proposals to deal with the problem. First, blowholes. I'm the ozone shelter to release heat. Oh, maybe I'm responding. So I did this last time on the last live stream. I click into the comments. I look at a comment, but it's actually a reply to somebody else's comment. So I'll keep ploughing forward. Yeah, that's another one like that, I think. Yeah, another one like that. Let's keep going. Consciousness creates reality. Okay, yeah. Therefore, any reality state requires consciousness. Oh, blimey, this is one of those statements I'm going to have to read about 50 times. Consciousness creates reality. Okay. Therefore, any reality state... Well, is that true? I'm not sure. I mean, do animals have... Are they conscious? Are animals conscious? I suppose they are, but I don't know. What do you think? I mean, they're certainly not conscious like we are, but I'm not sure they are. I don't know. Don't they just act on impulse, on instinct? You know, basically all an animal wants to do is, I don't know, eat, sleep, and procreate. That's basically it, isn't it, for an animal? All right, let's carry on. It's an interesting question or interesting statement. Second dug hole, city underground, or third move humanity to Mars. Okay. The Copenhagen interpretation is surely the correct one due to... Yes. Yeah. Well, that's the one that I think has been the accepted one for many, many years. And I think it's the one that most people adhere to because, you know, everything has to have a fixed state. You can't have a zombie cat. A cat can't be alive and dead at the same time. Now, that would be true if you could get a cat into the quantum world, but you can't. So yes, I think it is the accepted position. But there are a growing number of, you know, respectable physicists, scientists that do believe in many worlds. Not in quantum immortality, but just many worlds. All right. I've read that one, haven't I? Let's move on. Thomas, quantum immortality is for sure a special way to see things. But it's not more strange than the near-birth experience. Near-birth experience. What is near-birth experience? Near-birth experience. Well, I'm going to look that up. Let's near-birth experience. You notice now, you type into anything into Google, all you get is, the first thing you get is a whole load of AI stuff. Is that Gemini or something? All right, let's have a quick look. Let's get on the screen. Near-birth experience, NBE, refers to reported memories or conscious events occurring before, during, or immediately after one's own birth. Okay. Sometimes including parental existence or memories. Some described as pre-birth memory, where individuals recall choosing their life, seeing a void of light, or connecting with guides before entering the physical world. Interesting. Could be a video in that. All right. Oh, I haven't heard of that one. I'm going to leave that one in my search history, though. Sounds quite interesting. I might have to explore that a bit further. Right. Vladimir, I think we are inside concave Earth. Can you still believing in that nonsense? Although every single life form here shows life inside. I'm sorry, that's impossible. Okay, what are you saying? Are you saying you believe it or you don't? I'm not sure. That globe behind you is inverted. Is it? No. Got North America up here. South America down here. That's right, isn't it? I mean, it does spin in every axis, but I think that's right. No, I think it's right. I don't think I'm going crazy. I mean, it might not be on the correct axis because I've been spinning it around a bit, but alrighty, let's have a look. Right, I just read that one. -1/1. Okay, I don't understand. Help my tiny brain understand, Duncan. Consciousness is the filter through which we perceive but never experience objective reality. They're all getting deep. That's like I think Duncan's last thing he posted in the comments. I've got to read that a whole load of times before I can understand. Consciousness is the filter through which we perceive but never experience objective reality. Filter. Okay. I have a slow brain, so I have to reread this and then think about it for a long time. Everett's many world theory is metaphysics. Okay, yeah. Well, Copenhagen, I think, is the accepted one. All I'm saying is there are scientists out there who do believe in many worlds, but not quantum immortality. Do you think there are different types of... That went away quick. Bring it back. Do you think there are different types of consciousness besides human? I don't know. It's hard to know, isn't it? Because what do you mean? Do you mean on this planet? Do you mean what, animals? I don't know. We can't communicate with them, so or do you mean are you sort of saying aliens or something like that? Let me know what you mean. Or nothing is real unless it's... Yes, exactly. Yes, observer effect. Yeah. I think there is only one consciousness that all beings experience in their own way. Jeff. You're responding to Jeff. Yeah. Okay. Yes, universe is collective consciousness and not vacuum space. Okay. We're starting to get deep. Okay. I think a good episode would be about this new disclosure hearings. Possible outcomes for humanity. By new, I mean a couple of years old. The free energy stuff and quantum entanglement techniques. Yeah. Well, you mean free energy? What do you mean? Are you talking about Tesla? Or are you talking about something else? So I've done a few on Tesla. I've done a few on sort of quantum stuff as well. They did all right, but not that well. So I'm probably not going to do another one on quantum mechanics. What are your thoughts about the US government releasing information on UAP? Yeah, so that's been happening recently, isn't it? Well, I'm suspicious of all governments, not just the US, but our government here in the UK, all governments. I wouldn't trust them as far as you could throw them. So I don't know. Usually they have an ulterior motive for doing these things. I don't really trust any politician. Never have done. Never seen one that's worth trusting. Have you? So they're releasing these documents. It's probably just going to serve some purpose of their own, which we don't know about. I don't think it's for some sort of revelation that aliens are about to be among us. I don't believe that. If that's what you're thinking, no, I don't believe that. I think it's just something to do with their own agenda. So yeah, it's interesting, but I don't think there's any. I don't think there's any noble purpose to it. Anyway, got to appreciate the grains of the timer. Okay. Well, I'm not quite with that one. Great channel. Well, Rick, thank you, Rick. Thank you. I appreciate that. Evening all, didn't get a notification on this. Yeah, Chris. Oh, hello, Chris. Yes, I think you're a member, aren't you, as well? Yes, well, that's YouTube for you. Well over a year ago, well, about a year ago, they changed the way they do everything. And so now, even if you're subscribed, even if you've selected the bell notification and all that stuff, you aren't guaranteed to get a notification. They used to send it out to all subscribers, but long ago they stopped doing that. So yes, it's annoying. I try to send out community posts for things like this. I sent out 2 today in the hopes that it might reach a few more people. But yeah, it's frustrating, but that's the way YouTube rolls now, unfortunately. Yeah, read that one. Gerhard Schrödinger's cat. I don't think it's relevant anymore. Yeah, no, I don't think it is either. I think it's. I mean, when Schrödinger did it, he was basically taking the piss anyway. He didn't mean it to be taken seriously. And the fact that it's just sort of an impossibility. You can't have a zombie cat. It's because of decoherence. So yeah, it's probably an interesting story, but it's not. Yeah, I don't think it's very relevant. Guys, it's not about the shape. Some entity trapped our default power source, and that's why night death, etc. Night death. That sounds scary. Vladimir, you've got a scary name as well. Night death. All right, that's quite scary. Junkie mail. Blah blah blah. All right, carry on. If time is not linear, the many worlds interpretation would be very complicated. Yeah. Yes, Jason. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. What do you think? What do you guys subscribe to? Do you subscribe to Copenhagen or do you subscribe to many worlds? So personally, I subscribe to Copenhagen. It's because you can see it. It's verifiable. Many worlds is not provable. You can't test it. So I like the idea of many worlds. I'm fascinated by the idea of quantum immortality, but do I believe in either of them? No, I don't. I would say I subscribe to Copenhagen because it's provable, you know. Right, let's. Oh yes, we just read that one. Gizmo, hello, welcome all new joiners. Yes, hello. Chris, Gizmo could be just on YouTube. Okay, okay, sorry. I'm reading other people's conversations now. I'm not schizophrenic. I swear, truth is straight. Well, I I certainly believe that, Vladimir. I do believe truth is stranger than fiction. I think the true stories are some of the most interesting. So I definitely agree with you there. Let's carry on. I heard that we lose our individual identity after death and become part of the universal consciousness, like a drop of water returning to the sea. I don't know, Jeff. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, isn't it? No one knows because no one has come back who can, prove what happens after death. We just don't know. I mean, personally, I think that's why we got faith from. Religion. That's where religion came from. I won't bore you with my thoughts on religion, but it's because you can't prove it. Do you believe aliens exist, or it's just a moneymaker? Well, I would say I absolutely believe aliens exist. I personally believe that 100%, because the vastness of the universe. To me, it would be inconceivable that there is no other life out in the universe because of just the sheer size of the universe. So yes, I do. Do I think we'll ever meet them? No, I don't. I think because of the vast distances involved, it's just never going to happen. And also, it could also be that civilizations rise and fall, and then millions of years later another one comes along and we're just not around at the same time. But regardless, the problem of distance is always going to be there. So I think the only time we might ever meet another species, out in the stars, is if we one day fuse the human consciousness, maybe, into some sort of AI that that doesn't need to eat and breathe and doesn't care about radiation and freezing cold and all the rest of it. That's probably the only way we will ever meet anyone else. And if we did meet anyone, if they ever did visit us, I'm sure that's what they would be also. I don't think they would be like us. They would surely be some AI thing with the consciousness uploaded into it somehow. That would be the only way, I think, to get through the thousands of years it would take to reach even some of the closest star systems. But I absolutely do believe there is life out there. Absolutely. I think it's impossible to think that there isn't. It's just that we're never going to meet them. All right. Quantum, yeah, it does. Carmen Roth, yes, it absolutely melts my mind. Every time I start reading about this stuff, it just blows my mind. I only know a very small amount, of tiny little bit about quantum theory, and it's just crazy stuff. It's like Star Trek stuff, isn't it? But it's real, and it's verifiable. It's been proven. So these things really exist. Quantum entanglement is true. Superposition is true. These things are real. Crazy stuff. All right, what we got here? Information can travel at infinite speed, precisely because information is not material in nature. Yeah, well, so that's the thing, isn't it? Well, nothing can travel faster than the speed of light. That's a constant. Nothing can travel faster than the speed of light. But if it's massless, then it can travel at the speed of light. I think that's, as I understand it, that's the key thing. It has to be massless. And information, data, I assume that's what you're talking about, that is massless. So yes, I guess that could travel at the speed of light. What else we got? Duncan again. Allen Aspect Experiments, 1982. All right, got me curious now. Let's have a look at that. What we got? Let's get that on screen for people to see. You see that? Hopefully you can see. So, Allen Aspect's 1982 experiments conducted at the Institute of Optique in Orsay, France, provided crucial evidence against local hidden variable theories, strongly supporting quantum mechanics. By testing Bell's inequality using entangled photons, Aspect and his team demonstrated that measurement on one particle can instantly affect its distant partner, yes. Confirming quantum non-locality, yes. Einstein's spooky action at a distance. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yes, it has been proven. Right, let's go back. What we got? I just got off work, but I look forward to the replay. Thank you. Oh, hello, Kat. Yes, you remember. Well, welcome. Let's see what else we've got. Neutrinos. Okay. Do you want to expand on that? Yes, neutrinos. I think neutrinos, they can exist in the quantum world, if that's what you mean. Maybe it's like folded Dune. Oh yeah. Yes, I'm looking forward to the next installment of Dune. Folded space from Dune. No matter how far apart in the universe you are, you're entangled because space has folded to connect the 2 points, like 2 dots on a sheet of paper. Okay, yeah, that sounds a bit wormholey to me. I'm not sure about that. Proper name for the experiment is the Delayed Choice Quantum Eraser, DCQE experiment, 1982. Well, thank you, Duncan. All right. Was it Max Planck? Not the smallest measurement in the universe. I think we're all individual expressions of the one consciousness. The one consciousness. What do you mean? Do you think you think we're connected? Yeah, observer effect. Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So in quantum world, everything's in superposition until it's observed, and then you know the outcome. Quantum entanglement sounds like particles that were split during the Big Bang, like twins separated at birth who went on to lead similar lives or something. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I think we're exceeding the levels of my knowledge in physics. Reminds me of the efficiency of photosynthesis, near 100% efficiency. Apparently, the photons take every possible path to the chloroplast at once. It's crazy. Yeah, it is crazy. Yeah, it's fascinating stuff, though, isn't it? I can listen to this stuff for hours. I'm always excited when I can find like a really long YouTube video that's from one of my favorite people. I can just sit there and listen to. It's great. Good. Oops. Back. Good point. Twin people have this connection, so why not other entities? Yeah, well, twins. I have heard that twins do have a connection. I don't know any twins. I don't think I've ever known any twins, but I have heard. You were born into reality, whether you like it or not. Well, that's true. Yes. Didn't have much choice in being born. My cats just tried to steal my food and then bite me. I think it's conscious. I think it's just hungry. Cats are weird though, aren't they? So I've had loads of cats over the years. Well, when I was young, when I was growing up. And it's not a bad life, is it? I mean, if you talk about reincarnation, I want to be a house cat. They've got it good, generally speaking. I mean, they can just do what the hell they like. They can sleep all day. They get fed, they get stroked, they get loved. It's a good life. People say it's a dog's life. A cat's life, that's what I want. If reincarnation is real, and if I can't come back as a human, I choose a cat. Right. Okay, yeah. Is a ghost dead and alive at the same time? Carmen Ross, I don't believe in ghosts, so they're neither dead or alive. I'm not a subscriber to ghosts, I'm afraid. I'm fascinated by ghost stories, but no, I don't believe in them. Zombie cat sounds like a Saturday morning cartoon. It does, doesn't it? Yes, it does. It does sound like that. Top Cat. Now that was one of my favourite shows growing up. If you're in the US, actually, if you're in the UK, you would know this as well. but I'm sure if you're US, you know Top Cat. I almost burst out into song. Then I'm hearing the the title song. Carmen. Yeah, someone agrees with me. Yes. All right. No problem. Okay, let's move down. Maybe Vlad's in the mirror universe from Star Trek. Laugh at that. Maybe. Oh, we're getting friendly there. So it's Vlad, not Vladimir now. Okay. Some very profound. Yeah, I know. Some of them, especially from, I think it's a few from Duncan. I'm still rereading in my head, trying to understand. A couple others as well. Hi guys, sorry I'm late. Hello, Jack Horn. Hello. Welcome. To cut a long story short, God equals consciousness, the creating force behind all things, timeless, spaceless, immaterial, omniscient, omnipotent. To cut a long story short, well, each to their own. I'm not. I don't know what people's beliefs are. I don't believe in God. I would say I'm spiritual, but I don't believe in God. Even though I was brought up a Catholic. Hey, Jack Horn, yes, hello. And hello back, yes. I'm crashing your conversation. Hang on, let's move down a bit. I think even inanimate objects have a level of consciousness, especially depending on their scale. Really? I don't know how that works. How does that work? How does an ocean have consciousness? I don't know. I'm not even sure. Let's see what Google says. I'm interested now. See what it says. What's the... Oh, okay. All right, I wasn't expecting to see that. All right, let's share this on screen. So, apparently, scientific consensus is that yes, that many animals are conscious. Okay. Experts agree that mammals and birds experience the world subjectively, and that there is realistic possibility of consciousness in many reptiles, amphibians, fish, and even invertebrates like octopuses and bees. Octopus, don't get me started on octopuses. If there's anything alien on this planet, it's the octopus, I'll tell you that. They are so weird. You know, you've heard of panspermia. You know, panspermia where life is seeded from another civilization. Well, if anything has come to this world via the panspermia theory, it's an octopus. They are crazy things. All right, let's... All right, so it seems that I am wrong, that the scientific consensus is that many animals are believed to have consciousness. Okay. All right. Interesting. All righty. Let's have a look. Defug. Now I know how to play. You're Welsh, aren't you? I'm sure you're from Wales. Life is all the same consciousness, just experienced from different perspectives. Well, maybe. Everyone's getting very philosophical tonight. That's kind of stuff good for expanding the brain. Yeah, or hurting your brain. Yeah, it's starting to hurt my brain. I loved your episode about how aliens would celebrate Christmas on Earth. It was the first episode I ever watched. Oh, crikey, Carmen. That takes me back. That's about a year and a half old now. Yeah, that's back when I was where is it? Bit of nostalgia. Let me share my screen. Now, people who have joined relatively recently, I doubt you would ever have gone back this far. But this is a very old video. Where is it? There it is. It's this one here. What if they came for the holidays? Alien Christmas. What if they came to Earth? Yeah, that was, it was a fun one. I just did it for Christmas. But you can see, what's it got? Yeah, 1,000, just over 1,000 views. But that was in the early days. and it was when they were still faceless. So it was just lots of AI generations and me voicing over before I decided to do less of that and be on screen. And now more recently, ditch the AI and basically just have it all on screen. Let's go back here. Crikey, yes, that's a blast. I actually remember recording that one. How funny. Oh, wait, what we got? Many worlds. Well, yeah, it could, maybe. Yeah, so that's the other thing. When I started looking at quantum, the quantum world, it made me think, well, actually, some of these things, these could explain other things, and Mandela effect is potentially one of them. But yes, it's very interesting. Time isn't real. Yes, Wheel of DeVitt. Yes, Block Universe. Yes, that's another one. I haven't done a video on that. I may have touched briefly on it in some videos, but I haven't done one specifically on that. But that's interesting. I believe in the multiverse theory. Yeah, well, that's basically many worlds. That's basically many worlds interpretation by. His name's just gone out of my head now. Hugh Crumbs. We've been talking about him for a while, and now it's just gone straight from my head. Let's do many worlds. Come on, where is his name? Hugh Everett. Yeah, there you go. I've been speaking about Hugh Everett for about the last hour, so why I could suddenly just forget his surname. But yeah, where's that comment? Let's bring that comment back up again. I believe the multiverse theory. Yeah, so that's the many worlds interpretation by Hugh Everett. And although Duncan does not appear to be a fan of this, it is a theory that some scientists do believe, or believe it could be true. All right, let's have a chat. A 2D object becomes invisible if you step 90 degrees. A 2D object becomes invisible. Right, okay, yeah. Yeah. Retrocausality. All right, you're talking to Exabella. Jonesy Red Space Cat. That is an interesting name. Regarding Mandela effect, anybody ever wondered why so many Mandela effects seem not to work in their foreign language translations, synchronizations, for example, mirror... Get that back. Come back. For example, mirror interview. Yes. Well, I think you must be new. I don't think you've joined any of the previous live streams. We've talked a little bit about this before, or I have anyway. And a lot of the Mandela effects do appear to have a certain degree of localization. So there are a lot of Mandela effects that only seem to be known about or believed in the US, and then same with the UK. So there is a bit of that going on. And there is also, as you say, the language thing as well. I did one a while ago on Mandela effect, and I think one of the things I brought up was verses out of the Bible. But it can be different translations from different versions of the Bible. So, all right. I read that one. Let's have a look. What's this one? Oh, no. Let's move on. Tardigrades may have travelled vast distances. Tardigrades. It got me interested. All right, what is tardigrades? Now that is this what you're talking about? That is a weird looking animal. What the heck is that? Well, it's a tardigrade. That is such a weird thing. Weird. Okay. All right. I'm guessing that might have been in response to me babbling on about octopuses, presumably. So you're saying that, yeah, they are weird. They are super weird. Are they real? Such a weird thing. Yes. So maybe they were panspermia as well. But yeah, octopuses freak me out. All right, let's have a look at some more. Oh yes, the tardigrades one, yeah. Warp drive is feasible. Well, yeah, I don't think so, to my knowledge. I don't think so. If I was an alien, I wouldn't bother talking to us. I'd communicate with all the bears and the cats and the horses and stuff. Not my violent cat, though. I couldn't be bothered with us lot. Yeah, maybe. Might get more interesting conversations. Maybe the whales as well. Yeah. I'm not even sure why they'd want to speak to us in the first place. Hello from Dublin. I think you are the first person we've had from Ireland. Hello from Dublin. Finally managed to get a live stream. Hello, Kev Diddy. Yes, I don't think we've had someone, maybe I'm wrong. I don't recall anyone saying they're from Ireland. But hello, Dublin. How's the Guinness? Quantum eraser, folks. Yes, experimentally proven. Yeah. Cool. All right. I've listened to a lot of near-death experiences, and one in particular said returning to a body was like an actor returning to one of their old roles, and she didn't want to be her again. That's weird. Yeah, we talked about, well, we briefly talked about near-death experiences. Not that I knew what it was about, but we looked it up. Does sound quite interesting. Maybe I'll have to do a bit more research on it to see if there's a video in it. I'm welcome. Yes, I'm welcome, Captain D. What we got here? I've listened to a lot of. Oh, right. It's me rereading the same. I also believe in extraterrestrial life. Yes, I'd be very interested to hear your thoughts on the theory regarding the missing scientists. Well, so you mean yesterday's video? I think probably a large proportion of them are just normal stuff, older guys having a heart attack. This is not unusual. The really, for me, there's only a few that are interesting. Monica Racer is one that is interesting. I think that needs to be dug into a lot deeper. It's so weird. The Matthew Sullivan one, getting knocked off. What was it? Something like 10 days before federal hearing. So we'll never know what he was going to say. And then the other one, oh yeah, Nuno Loureiro, the guy who was young guy. What is he? 29, plasma physicist or something. I think it was plasma physicist, and he was shot. I mean, on that one, they said it was someone that he knew, and there was some sort of disagreement going on. But that one feels a bit dodgy as well. So out of that list, I think the majority, McCaslin, of course. What the hell's going on there? Where is he? So there's four. Yeah, there's four. I think that I find particularly curious. Although now what was her name? Was it Melissa Casillas? Was she the one who went missing for a year? I think it was her. And then they found a handgun next to her, but after this area had already been searched. It's out in the wilderness, so I don't know. That one was curious as well. So I think, what do I think about the missing scientists? I think most of them, there's a completely rational, normal explanation for it. But there are some where there do not appear to be. Monica Racer being one that really stands out to me. Sullivan getting knocked off before he can testify. So I don't know. I mean, but what's going on? I don't know. Who would be doing it? I don't know. But it's very curious. You've always got the Chinese, the Russians, Iranians. Who knows? Could be. Don't know. Ning Li as well. That was interesting. That was the connection, wasn't it? Ning Li to crumbs. Now, what was it? Was was it Eskridge, Amy Eskridge, because they were both in Rocket City, weren't they? Basically doing the same research, and then Amy Eskridge, parent suicide, and then Ning Li as well. But I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know what the motive would be. I can only think foreign espionage. I don't know. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, there's got to be more of that going on now than ever before. You know, even from the Cold War. So I don't know. All right, let's have a look. Yes, I'm clicking on messages I have already read. Yeah, we've read that one. A second part to the question. Specifically, the idea that the two races currently making contact are actually humans from the future who have adapted to us through evolution. The T-48 and T-52 ones. Are you on about the missing scientists? This is the message you sent before. Missing scientists, and then you sent this one. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, on these videos, I try to keep them to about, I try to hit 25 minutes there or thereabouts. Sometimes it's a bit under, sometimes a bit over. So there's only so much I can put into those videos. There's obviously more to it than a 25-minute video. But I can't put everything in, because if I did that, the videos would be, I don't know, an hour to an hour and a half long. And my experience is if I do longer videos, they just don't get watched. Well, it might get watched, but the view duration just crashes. People just spin through it. So around about 20 to 25 minutes, I think is still about the sweet spot. But anyway, what that means is I can't go into real in-depth on all of it. So some stuff does get left out, and I know people do comment, you know, why don't you talk about this? Why don't you talk about that? But I try to just get the main bits and try to put it into the video rather than exhaustively going into every possible theory that is out there. Jason Ryan, quantum entanglement, superposition, quantum mechanics, or the program looking into its source code. I enjoy thinking about the overlap of quantum and simulation theory. Yeah, so yeah, simulation theory is also interesting. It's one of those things that could possibly be true. It's can't really be debunked. It seems unlikely, but not impossible. But I do like simulation theory as well. I did a couple of videos on simulation theory. They did okay, but I haven't done one for a while, I don't think, on simulation theory. But I do quite like it. I'm trying to steer away a little bit from the quantum mechanics stuff, and the videos that I used to do quite a lot of. So Mandela effect, reality glitch, CERN, quantum mechanics. I'm trying to steer away from those and try to do something else, because some people definitely have told me, look, we're getting bored of this similar content, so I tried to mix it up a little bit. So I did a few Nazi videos recently. I did one on the other channel, Chronicles of the Drift. That was about Die Glocke, and that did really well for my other channel, because the other channel is very, very small. It's only got about 2,000 subscribers, but yet it got 16,000 views, which is very good for such a small channel. So I thought, oh, okay, maybe there's something in that. Maybe I do something on Mystery Archive. So then I did one on the Hanubo, the Nazi UFOs, and that did very well. That was pretty much a hit, really, these days anyway. And then more recently I did Maria Orsic, the Nazi psychic, which also did fairly well. So I might do another one. I might do another one on the Nazis. I've got an idea for one. I don't know, but if I do it, then I'll probably steer away from Nazis for a while. But it does seem it just seems an area that people are interested in, just because, you know, it's getting views. But all right, enough of my rambling. Let's. Yes, Emmy. Beneath it all, connected, hence telepathy. ESP might be partially explained. Well, that's the interesting thing, isn't it? So I've just finished watching Three Body Problem. And their problem is that they've got this, what does it call it? The Sophos, whatever the Santi call this thing that's monitoring Earth. And the problem they have, that the humans have, is that everything they say is heard and understood by the Santi. But if they could somehow perfect telepathy, the humans, that would circumvent the Santi being able to listen in on everything. So I don't know if that's got anything to do with the books later on, or whether this comes into it. But that was something that struck me when I was watching it again for the second time. Well, just put all your resources into telepathy, because if you can do that, then your thoughts are hidden and they can't suppress your technology, and they can't wipe you out when they arrive. All right, let's move on down. My cats have a molly-coddled existence. Yeah, that's what I say. I mean, can you think of a better animal to come back as than a cat? I mean, what a great life. You haven't really got to do anything. All you've got to do is, I don't know, eat, sleep, get cuddled. Great life. Yeah. I mean, if you can't come back as a human, cat, that's my choice. Doesn't the UK have many haunted castles and haunted... Yes, they claim to have. Yeah. They claim to have. But I don't believe it. I mean, that's not to say, if you stuck me in a haunted castle, would I be a bit scared? Yes, I would. Yeah. But I still don't believe in it. All right. Jonesy Red Space Cat. An argument against house cat carnation. Okay. Yes. I believe in a power greater than us. Yeah. Do I? I'm not sure I do, actually. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't personally believe in God. So, and I don't sign up to many worlds, and certainly not quantum immortality, which means when I die, I'm dead. That's it. So I think we have. I mean, I don't. The only thing is consciousness. We don't really understand what consciousness is. But until we do, we've got one life. We need to make the best of it. When we're gone, we're gone. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure I believe in that. I'm happy to be proven wrong if there is strong enough evidence, though. Definitely led by the evidence. I've seen a documentary about octopus. Oh, might be alien DNA. Yes. Now I have seen. I've definitely seen videos. Actually, it might have been on TV as well, although I'm not sure what show, where they think that octopuses are from outer space. Yes, you know, basically panspermia. That the seeds have come somehow across space and landed in the oceans, and octopuses have been created on the Earth. But yeah, I'm fascinated by the octopus. I think if there's anything on this world that is alien, it's the octopus. Of course, we could all be alien, because if you believe in panspermia. So I did that one. Is it panspermia? What's the video I did? Maybe I'm saying the wrong thing. Let me check. I did one recently. Where is it? Is it that far ago? Oh, is it gone? I'm sure I did one on something to do with that. Not quite sure why it's not showing. Oh, there it is. Oh, Fermi paradox. Oh, well, No, that's a little bit different, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. So that's what I was thinking about Fermi paradox, but that's different. That's not the same as panspermia. Yeah. Okay. Octopuses. Mark my words. You wait for it. A few years' time, we'll have evidence that they are aliens. The participatory universe, consciousness first. Participatory universe. Okay. All right. We'll have to look that up. It was so cute and funny. What was cute and funny? My brain doesn't retain. There's probably something you said. Oh, is this one? Oh, right, this documentary. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I do have a bit of a fascination about octopuses. I read Rick Strassman's DMT, The Spirit Molecule, where he had subjects from different walks of life having very similar experiences. It was a clinical study in the 1990s. Fascinating book. DMT, The Spirit Molecule. Okay, I may have to check that out. Extra Buller, thank you. Boonaboyo! Can't spell aliens without AI. That's true, although not together. Thomas, what does Thomas say? I believe that ghosts are trapped energies from quantum immortality, happening or interdimensional beings. I can't agree with you there, Thomas, because I don't believe in ghosts. Hang on, where's that message gone? So I don't believe in ghosts, and I don't believe in quantum immortality. But dimensions, yes, I do believe there are multiple dimensions. All right. Octopuses are extremely intelligent. Yeah, they are. Yeah, and they got like 5 brains or something crazy as well. They're weird. Multiverse equals metaphysics. Okay. All this talk of quantum, thought James. Oh, quantum of solace. Is that what you're thinking? It wasn't one of his best ones, though, was it? That's probably. Wasn't that the one where they had that bit of a rubbishy car sequence at the beginning? It wasn't very well done. I think that's the one. I think that was out of all the ones that he did. I think that's probably the worst one he did. We exist on an infinite plane. Is that a goat? Yeah. Alrighty. The pyramids are atmospheric generators that built our atmosphere. Earth was terraformed. Well, there's all sorts of things about that. So that's the other thing. I'm definitely fascinated by the pyramids. There's all sorts of theories around pyramids. I mean, I guess you guys will be aware of Hancock and his many theories. Yeah, I don't know. And there was that thing recently, wasn't there, where they it was something very close to the pyramids. They found these great big long tubes going deep underground. I haven't seen much about that more recently. I think it was last year it got reported, but it was yeah. Pyramids, interesting. There's all sorts of stuff in there because they never found a body in there. They say it was, burial place for the kings, but no body has ever been found. And they found these really weird shafts, and they found lots of different chemicals that could be used to ignite something, and possibly a power station, a generator. I don't know. It's very interesting. Okay. Daleks easily. Well done, Duncan. That's the correct answer. What's that? The Daleks. What we got? Wait, click on the same thing. Yep. All right. Let's move down. Bunaboyo. Maybe I'm weird, but I'm not too interested in alien life. Okay. Especially when there is so much life on this planet. Give me primates anytime. Well, okay, I'll raise you primates. What about the bottom of the ocean? Because in many ways, going to the very depths of the ocean is more difficult than going to the bloody moon. I think, what did they find? Recently they found that whale graveyard. Was it 5 million years old or something? Yeah, I'm fascinated by deep ocean stuff. There's all sorts of life down there that we'd never know anything about. And And in some ways, it's more difficult, like I say, than going to the moon. So, yes, I'm very interested in deep ocean exploration. Right. What's that second emoticon? Looks like a genie's lamp. Okay, right. That's probably a different conversation, not one you're having with me. Oh, hang on. What's this one? The same. Okay. Duncan, the good news. The laws of physics are computer code, basically. Okay. Yeah. That is the map of this infinite plane. Okay. The bad news. The laws of morality ethics are computer code. All right. And that, okay. All right. Maybe you can have a few shorter videos discussing the minutiae on some of the bigger topics. Keep the 20-25 minutes episode, but have supplemental videos focusing on some detailed info. Just a thought. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. The thing is, right, so a while ago, how long was it? I can't remember now. 6 months, 7 months ago, I started doing these short videos on a Monday. But they didn't take off. They really didn't do very well. And in fact, they started hurting the channel. So I stopped doing them. So I don't know. I don't know. I think some people as well, maybe one video a week is enough. I'm not sure people. That's why I started a different channel. So, if you didn't want to get these extra videos, don't subscribe to Chronicles of the Drift, and you won't get bothered by them. Because I know we've all got, I know myself, I've got my own, I watch YouTube, and I get notifications and all the rest of it. And I don't know. I think if I got buzzed twice by the same creator in the same week, I don't know. That might irritate me. I'm not sure. So I don't want to flood videos. I'm only going to do one a week on Mystery Archive. So I don't want to piss people off. All right. Well, thank you for the suggestion, though. Oh yes, we read that one. The story. Oh yeah, really fascinating. Yeah, it was interesting, wasn't it? Carmen Ross. Yes, I enjoyed doing that video. I knew a tiny bit about Maria Orsic, but not that much. But it was really interesting. But the more the Nazi stuff, it's a treasure trove of weird stories. There's so much you could do on it. But there are other channels out there who specifically focus on this stuff. But I think there's at least one more Nazi interesting story that I'm going to do. Let's have a look. Thomas, interesting about the Nazis was the obsession with occult, yes, and artifacts. And the many, well, absolutely. Spear of Destiny, Ark of the Covenant. Hitler was, apparently he was, when he was back in Austria, he was standing in, I think it was a museum, standing in front of this Roman spear, which was allegedly meant to be the Spear of Destiny. Apparently he was transfixed by it. He couldn't move for about 30 minutes just looking at this thing. But he was absolutely fascinated with things like that, particularly the Spear of Destiny. So yes, there's a lot going on there. I don't disagree, Thomas. Have I just read that one? Yes, I just read that one. Cats are evil. Doggos are love. Doggos are life. Well, I can't agree with you there. It's interesting you say that. So I'm a cat person. That's because when I was a little kid, I grew up with a family who had cats. But my partner's a dog person. And yeah, she likes dogs. But we haven't got a cat or a dog just because it's too much. It's too much hassle. It's too much time and effort to look after them. Cats sort of less so because they look after themselves. But we go away quite a lot as well. And then you've got to put them, either you find someone who can come in and look after them, or you've got to put them in a cattery. And dogs, you've got to put them in, what do you call them, kennels or whatever they are. So they are, I like them, but they tie you down a little bit. I mean, maybe later on when I'm not doing as much. But it would be a cat for me, although I don't know. It would be a difficult one because my partner wouldn't want a cat. She'd want a dog. I don't want a dog. I'd want a cat. So it's difficult. All is frequency. I did a couple of videos. Well, I did at least one video on frequencies. Layered. Yeah. Okay. Yes, come back as a cat, but not as an anteater. That would be too much like aardvark. Yeah, well, yeah, I don't fancy an anteater. That's not much of a life, is it? Although, having to eat the disgusting cat food, that stuff stinks, doesn't it? Really does. At least dog food doesn't stink that bad, but cat food really stinks. I wouldn't fancy eating that. But swings and roundabouts, generally it's a good life, isn't it, being a cat? All right. Our cats are convinced that we are their pets. I'm afraid they're right. Well, maybe. Hello, Paul. Welcome. Yes, maybe they are. Well, they were revered, weren't they, in ancient Egypt? I think they were sacred to ancient Egyptians. Oh, yeah, having a personal chat. The Christmas alien video was cute and funny. Oh, that's what you were talking about, Carmen. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Not many people have seen it, but I'm glad you enjoyed it. I think I've just read that. Yes. Couldn't resist that one. All right. Now, what? So a quick time check. We are okay. Universe, we communicate. Oh, right. Okay. I understand. What? Yep. Octopuses are the most intelligent invertebrate. Are they? They might be. I'm sure they are. Do you know what? Let me just do a quick search and see what. Spell it. I asked Google if they're alien, and it says no, octopuses are not alien. All right. Their distinctly alien-like traits were developed for survival. Yeah, you're just telling me the usual stuff. No, I'm not sharing that. I don't like what it's telling me. What can you expect, I suppose? If you ask Google, octopus is alien, it's going to say no, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, they can do weird stuff. They can open jars and all sorts of stuff. I've seen them do it. Well, not in real life, but, on documentaries and things. They are frequency generates and hold the plane. Okay. Stable. All right. Okay. Probably. Deep ocean. Yeah, deep ocean stuff is cool. Even though I'm deathly afraid of being in open water myself. Well, yes, so am I. So I once did what do you call it? Is it the PADI? So the scuba diving qualification to allow you to scuba dive. I did that. I know why I did it. I think I did it because where were we? We were in Egypt, and they were doing lessons, but in the swimming pool. So you could do the first part of the PADI in the swimming pool. That's fine. All right, don't mind that. But then the second part, you have to go obviously in the sea, and so I did that. I did it. I don't know why I did it, because I cannot go in the sea really ever since I saw Jaws. Because I saw Jaws at the wrong time. When was it out? Was it 76? I mean, what was I? I was 9, something like that. Really the worst time to be watching a film like that. And it's petrified me of of the sea ever since. So how I managed to get myself to do the PADI, I do not know. But then I found out, so I did the PADI course in Egypt, and we were in Hurghada. And then I found out that the week before, someone had had their leg bitten by a flipping shark. If I'd known that, there's no way I would have gone in the sea. But yeah, deep ocean stuff, really fascinated by that. Really like that. So I'd like, there's some channels out there that are really good on, they're a bit too heavily focused on Titanic and that sort of stuff. But there's a lot of good content out there. I quite enjoy that. And anything under like, deep ocean under Antarctica or something like that. That's fascinating. All right then. All right. I agree with your expert open water. Yeah. It scares me as well. Oceans are scary, so I'll stick to dry land, but there's fascinating things. Yeah, absolutely. So I'd like to see more deep ocean investigations going on. And if I ever see anything on TV, documentaries about deep ocean stuff, I definitely watch it. I like stuff like that. But yeah, I'm not going to go in there. The ocean is amazing. Oh, right, yeah. Oh, seasick. You get seasick. Yeah, I don't get seasick. I can't swim. Well, okay. Well, if you can't swim, definitely don't go in the sea. But I don't get seasick or anything like that. Not on ships or anything. But it's just fascinating. All right. Let's see. Sorry, my truths are too much for most people. Keep them coming. We'll read them anyway. I'm a cat person forever. Okay, Carmen Ross, you're shouting. Yes, well, I'm a cat person also. But not everyone, as we know, agrees with us. Yes. I love dogs, but they really... Well, they do, don't they, Gizmo? They do tie you down because you've got to walk them... Well, you've probably got to walk them at least once a day, but probably twice, morning and evening. And then they're so needy. Oh, they're so needy. Come on. You can't... A cat will just... It'll only come to you when it wants to come to you. But then that means you've got some peace and quiet. But with a dog, it wants to be with you all the time. Yeah, that's my problem with dogs. They're just too needy. You can judge a man's character by how he treats his dog, but rather how his cat treats him. Oh, okay. I like that. I like that. I guess you're right. Okay, that's probably to somebody else. I come back as a jaguar. Okay, but the thing is, well, jaguars are sleek, beautiful. They're out in the wild, but they're in nature. Nature is a very, very harsh environment. It's kill or be killed. So they'll have their own predators as well. So you're likely to meet a sticky end being a jaguar. That's why you see, house cat, right? House cat. You don't have any predators, right? Well, unless you're silly enough to walk out in the middle of the road and get knocked over by a car. Now, that can happen. But other than that, you don't really have any predators. It's an easy life. It's an easy life. All right. I've made a note to view the aliens at the Christmas. Oh, okay. Well, it's an old one, Gizmo. And I'm not on screen. It's just voiceover. But yeah, feel free to watch it. Cats were also sacred. Oh, really? I didn't know that. In Scandinavia. How interesting. I didn't know that. Okay. You're like, okay. I'm sure I saw something that maybe all life could have started from somewhere else. Can't remember the details, but maybe because the details hurt my brain. When you're not, you got to give us a bone, Boona boyo. we need some clues. I went shark fishing the summer Jaws came out. Really? You went shark fishing? Well, I've never done anything like that. I was in Mexico a few years ago, and we went. Was it we went sword fishing? Is that the way you'd say it? And they were huge. I couldn't believe how big they were. I mean, I've seen them. I've seen them on TV, but when you see them in real life, it's like, wow, these things they're big. But no sharks. No, I wouldn't go shark fishing. That's very brave. There was an Argentine, Luis Felipe Serrano. He put Hitler on a pedestal and called Hitler the ultimate avatar. He also wrote many books. Interesting stuff. Well, there is a connection, isn't there, between South America, particularly Argentina, and the Nazis. What do you call it? They had the Vatican rat runs that were basically people in the Vatican Church, sympathizers with the Nazis, who they were called rat runs, but the rat lines to get them into South America, particularly Argentina. That's real. That really happened. They don't have predators. Oh, they don't have predators. Is that right? Okay. That's interesting, though. because there's pretty much no animal that doesn't have a predator. But I bow to your experience, but I'm just going to check Google. Well, they have man, don't they? So they have at least one predator. So they are top tier apex predators. Predators, okay. Adult jaguars have no natural predators in the wild, so you are bang on. But they do have a predator, yes, and this is what it goes on to say. Humans, yes. So we, unfortunately, are their primary predators, yes. But other than us, you're right, they do not. Okay. All righty. Jaguars, yeah, except man, right, you said that, okay. Maybe I didn't read that bit. Okay. All righty. So, guys, hang on, let me get onto the next message. Humans do drive jaguars. But okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to wind it up. I'm going to do a hard stop because we have been on for an hour and 45. The last one went on for a long time. I think it went on for, I don't know, about 3 hours. But I do have a hard stop at midnight for me in the UK, which is in about 10 minutes. So if you've got any, I mean, we've talked a little bit about quantum immortality. If you've got any other questions around that, you want to get out there, get them out there before we wind it down. And apologise for the Saturday. I mean, a lot of you from the US. So this is what, 4 p.m., 5 p.m., 6 p.m. for you now. It's not perhaps the greatest time to do it for you guys on a Saturday, but it's about the only time I can do it because of the time difference. So, you know, I can't really do it at I mean, I guess a better time for you guys would be something like 8 or 9 p.m. or even 10 p.m. But that would that would be about 4 a.m. For me, which I can't really do, especially, you know, when you've got to get up for work. And to be honest, even on a Saturday and Sunday, I can't really do that. So I know it's not the best time, but I do appreciate you coming online. I will do another one. What I have neglected is doing a members only live stream. So I think the next live stream I do is going to be a members only one because I haven't done that for a few weeks, and the members deserve something. So I will be doing that next. And that's just creates more, you know, less people on, and we can just have a chat around things that they'd like to have a chat about. But I'm quite impressed. I didn't, because as usual, I left everything to the last minute, and I only decided I could do a live stream this morning. But we still have 56 people on, which is not bad. Quite happy, and so thank you all for joining. Let's have a look at some more questions. It's been great chatting here. I look forward to the next live. Yeah, great. I mean, every time I've only done 3 live streams so far, public ones, and every time I do it, I say I'm going to give people more notice. I never have done. I'm sorry. It's always like the same day or 1 day's notice. I always put it in the community chat, you know, and post it. I'll try and do better. It's just that I never really know for 100% whether I can or can't do it. I'll try and do better. All right, let's see. Anything else? Oh, yes, just read that one. Thanks and greets from Vienna. Oh, are you in Austria? Jane, Red Space Cat. Nice. Yeah, Vienna. I've been there once. Lovely, really beautiful city. Thanks, enjoyed it. Very interesting chat. Well, thank you, Ron. Thank you, Ron, and thank you for being here. Gizmo, please, could you lovely people give this? Oh, yes. Thank you. Look, see, Gizmo's being a very good moderator there. This time works good for me. Oh, well, good. All right, great. Okay. Yeah, it is about the only time I can do, unfortunately. So in the US, I believe it's 4 p.m. CDT in the US, so Central Daylight Time. Over in the UK, it's 10 p.m. So it'll be 11 p.m. for Europe, or most of Europe anyway. Okay. Thomas, what does Thomas say? Thank you for the live Q&A. Loved it. Thank you, Gizmo, for doing a great job. Thank you all for such a nice community. Well, yes, I couldn't have said it better myself, Thomas. Yes. Cats, 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 and Daleks. Okay. All right. All right. And I do like the fact that you guys chat to each other in the comments. I really like that. I mean, I said it last time on the last live stream we had. One of the things I was hoping or wanted to try and do was, is build a community. And I always knew that a live stream was the better way of doing it, but I was always a bit too reticent to do a live stream just because of all the things that could go wrong. But this is the third one, and so far, touch wood, fingers crossed, I think they've gone quite well. It's been really nice chatting with you guys. Let's just get through the remaining chats. Oh, that's the cats one. Very funny. Gizmo. Thomas, you've made it very easy and enjoyable. Yeah, Thomas is a good guy. Yes, Austria, come back soon. Yes, nice. Yeah, actually, so I've been to Vienna, but we used to go to Austria a lot. So we used to go to St. Anton, snowboarding. That's what I used to do, snowboarding. I don't know why. I can't ski. I never found skiing, I don't know, appealing. But many years ago, I learned to snowboard, and St. Anton is where we used to go a lot. It's such a bit of a party town. It has a reputation for being a party town. But this was in my younger days. All right, let's just check the final messages. Oh yes, we did that one. I will think on quantum immortality. Does it exist? Isn't quantum physics a fabric of the dark forces? It's death science. Kikert. I don't know. That's a bit sinister, isn't it? I don't know. I mean, if you look into it, if you look into quantum immortality, do a bit of research around it, I think you'll come to the conclusion it's not a thing. But as always, everyone needs to do their own research. All right, almost 6 p.m. in Chicago. Yes, I thought it would be. Yeah, so you're 6 hours behind us. Yeah. Okay. Have you been watching the soccer? Extra buller. USA had a really good win yesterday, 4-1. Paraguay, wasn't it? Yeah, good win. Maybe. Could this be the year? Could this be the year for the USA in soccer? I don't know. Probably not, but you never know. You had a very good start. Canada got a draw. Mexico won, which went down well in this household. And England, we'll see. We will see what England can do. Probably not very much. All right, we're nearly at the end of the comments. Scotland is playing in 2 hours' time. Don't think I'll make it. Laugh at that, too old. Bonaboyo, yeah, I don't. Yeah, 2 a.m. It's a 2 a.m. start, isn't it? Nah, I can't. I've got a couple of chores to do, and then I need to hit the hay. So I can't wait up for that. It's too late, unfortunately. At least we get an 8 o'clock kickoff in the UK, which is a good one to watch. Jinx. Daleks are the best. I must have missed the start of that conversation. Or we were talking about Daleks. Machine, yes. All the thanks out to Gizmo. St. Anton, Amalberg, yes. Nice, yes. That's right, Amalberg, yeah. Yeah, it's great. Went there for years. I mean, we'd go back, I don't know, probably go there, I don't know, at least twice a year, maybe 3 times sometimes. Loved it. Yeah, the bars and the clubs and everything really good. I mean, apart from the fact you've got just a massive area to board around, but it's just everything that St. Anton's got. But it's a young person's place, I would say. So not for me anymore. Jeff, thanks, Steve. Really enjoyed the live stream. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. We are just about at the end. We've got a couple of minutes. Or maybe not even that. If we are at the end of the chat, we can call it time. It was who would win in a fight? Oh, Daleks. Oh, really? Oh, no, I completely missed that, Barry. It was who would win in a fight, Daleks or Klingons? All right, and the resounding answer was Daleks. I probably would have to agree with that because if you noticed in the later Doctor Who episodes, Daleks got an upgrade, didn't they? So they can now actually fly. So they never used to be able to fly. When I watched Tom Baker, he was my Doctor Who that I grew up with. Back then, the Daleks, all you needed to get away from a Dalek was a step, and that was them done for. But then they've got the upgrade, so they can fly now. So yes, probably Daleks. Yeah, I would probably have to agree with that. Duncan, yeah, Daleks easy win. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's the correct answer. Yeah, okay. One gorilla versus 100 Daleks. What? We're talking about a real gorilla. Well, I think one Dalek would beat it. We'd just have to shoot its gun, wouldn't it? All right. Tom Baker was the best. He was the best. He was very brilliant. He was such an interesting, or is such an interesting man. He's so crazy. You've seen him in, what was he in? He went on to do, he's been in Blackadder, isn't he? There was one really standout episode when he was in Blackadder. It was fantastic. He's really, really a fun guy. And for me, he is Doctor Who. There is no one else who is Doctor Who. Tom Baker is Doctor Who. That's just my opinion. But, all right, I think we're there. Thanks again, by all. P.S. 1 a.m. now in Austria. Is it 1 a.m.? So what is it? Oh, yes, it would be. Yes, of course it would be, yeah. Okay, well, you have a good evening, Jonesy Red Space Cat, and thank you very much for joining. I think we're going to wind down now. Thanks, Steve and Archivis, for a great start to my lazy Sunday morning. Have a good one. Yes, Jason Ryan. Yes, cool. Oh, yes, you're Australia, aren't you? So 7, 8, 9, 10, I don't know. Is it mid-morning now for you? You'll have a great Sunday. All right, final 2 messages. You have, if anyone, no, the US people on here won't recognise what Barry Kelly is talking about. This is a quote from one of the Blackadders. But if you're in the US and you haven't seen Blackadder, Rowan Atkinson, I highly recommend you give it a watch. It is absolutely hilarious. All right, look, I think there's one. Tom Baker is Doctor Who. Absolutely, Gizmo. He is. All right. I'm curious to see what you think of the sci-fi movies. I will let you know, Thomas. Thank you for sending it. And Duncan, the best Dalek story. Okay. All right. Look, I think we are at time. Hang on. One more message coming. Let's see. Thanks for the stream. Yeah, later. Okay. Thanks, Chris. All right, guys. Yeah. Thank you all so much for joining. Really, really appreciate it. I know it is last minute notice as usual. I will try and do better in the future, but it'll probably be the same. You'll get 1 day's notice or same day's notice. Sorry. I'll try and do better. And thank you, Gizmo, for moderating. Thank you very much. You're set now as like a permanent moderator. So whenever you come on subsequent live streams, you'll have all the moderator privileges. So thank you very much for that. And thank you all so much for joining. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful Saturday evening, or the rest of your Saturday evening for those of you in the US. If you're in Australia, have a great morning, great day. And those of us in the UK, I guess it must be bedtime, mustn't it? Unless you're going to stay and watch the football. All righty. Last couple, let's see. Peace and love to you all. Yes, peace and love to you all. Thank you, Extra Bella. And cheers. Okay, yeah, we're saying goodbyes now. Good night. Yes, good night, Carmen. All righty. Thank you all so much. I'll put the end screen up. We'll have a minute and you can just sort of say goodbye to everyone. And I will see you on the next one.